Hey, my friend. Today I want to share some thoughts with you about one of my latest videos. It was about overthinking. I reflected on myself a little bit because my ego was pretty disappointed about myself. It was like my worst video I ever made, and it's the best performing video on my channel. And yeah, my ego was not happy about it. So I was thinking, I thought about it. Why is it performing that good? And maybe it's just because of the title. It was something about overthinking, and I guess a lot of people in these days are struggling with overthinking. Also, it was a very short video, and I guess people like to watch short videos. And yeah, maybe that's the reason, or I guess it's the reason. And yeah, my ego was also thinking, it thought, yeah, maybe we should delete this video. But I don't want to delete it because one of my goals with this channel is to be my authentic self. And to be your authentic self, you have to accept yourself in each and every moment. Because what I found out about myself while I reflected is, yeah, I had still expectations on myself, or my ego still has these expectations that I have to perform in a certain way. I always have to be good enough. I always have to perform in a good way and all this stuff. And there is the answer within, because it shows me, okay, I have these expectations, and these expectations, they are coming from a place of lack, from one of my old limiting beliefs. I'm not good enough. And that's also a reason why we start to overthink, because we come from a place of lack. I'm not good enough. This has to happen now. I have to make this now. I have to perform in a certain way, and I need it now, and it needs to happen now, or whatever. And that's a very low frequency. It's a limiting belief. And to buy into that and to feed and this limiting belief by overthinking, it's not solving anything. It cannot, a problem cannot solve itself. There was this Einstein quote, I'm sure you know this quote. Um, so, what we can do, and I mentioned it in the video, like I said, I was disappointed because I couldn't put in all the information I wanted to put in because I was simply overthinking. So, but what I mentioned was, it's good to prepare yourself for a situation like this where you are overthinking, because most of the time we know that we have a tendency to overthink. So, like I said, it's good to, you need to prepare yourself for this kind of situation where you are overthinking, because it's like a fire. Imagine there is a fire going on and you are not prepared. You have no cell phone, you have no fire extinguisher, you have no hose, you have no water, you don't need to pee. So how do you fight against the fire, you will have a hard time, right? And so usually we have a fire extinguisher prepared. We know where our water hose is. We know all these things so that we are prepared. And we have to do the same with overthinking. And that's why I remind myself constantly, like on a daily basis, it doesn't make sense to make any decisions or to think about the problem when you are under in a very stressful state. It's a survival mode. It's survival mode, as simple as that. And I have to remind myself when I'm in survival mode, it's usually because I'm I come from a place of lack, from this limiting belief. So when I start to overthink, it's easier for me to catch myself and to become aware of it. Oh, okay, that's my old identity. That's my old identity with all these limiting beliefs who cannot accept itself because it's not good enough and all this stuff. So I remind myself that's not me. I don't fight it. I don't fight the thoughts or something, but I become aware of it and I observe myself without judgment and I accept myself and I remind myself, okay, but that's not me. That's not my truth. It's simply a program from my old identity. So I will not fuel it. I will not put gas into the fire. I simply watch it until it goes out and I can pour some water in it with like positive affirmations, but not like, oh, I need to stop it, I need to stop it, just let it drip. Tell yourself the truth. And the truth is, we are good enough. We are perfect, imperfect. We are pure consciousness, and consciousness is perfect. But as we are human beings, so our actions are mostly not perfect, and that's okay. We have to accept it, and that's what I remind myself and what I practice on a daily basis. So when I have a difficult situation or a crisis, that I don't freak out and buy into this overthinking and just because we lose ourselves. If we overthink, we are losing ourselves in this moment. We are losing our truth. You are good enough. You are you are perfect in essence. You are consciousness. It's okay. You don't need to have all the answers and it's okay to have bad days and it's okay to fail and it's okay to not always have the answer right now. And to remind yourself and to observe yourself, why is this happening? It's like I said, mostly because of these limiting beliefs, because we have also attachments. We are attached to a certain outcome. Like I said, I was attached to this outcome that this video has to be very good or whatever. So I detach myself and I say, okay, I just let it flow. And if it's not my day, it's not my day. And so I come back into the present moment. And this present moment is all there is. Future and past does not exist, never. It's always the simple present moment. And there is where we can connect with our inner peace. And yeah, that's to accept ourselves is self-love. We have to be kind to ourselves. You deserve it. You are good enough. You don't expect anyone to treat you with love. When you cannot treat yourself with love, it's I was a disaster in my past. I was like always the nicest guy. Was nice to everyone and kind and loving to everyone. But I couldn't love myself. I couldn't be nice to myself. And that's not authentic. It's, yeah, I don't know if it's fake or, but it's not true. It's not healthy. At least it's not healthy. So remind yourself, you are good enough. You can have a bad day, and by accepting yourself, you practice self-love. And I think most of us, we have to practice more self-love. And if we love ourselves, we can allow ourselves to take a break, to come back into the present moment over and over again, every day. We are floating around in space and we have to ground ourselves. So let's come back into the present moment, accept ourselves, and tomorrow is a new day. And yeah, that's my message for today. If you are still here, thank you so much. Maybe you like to do me a favor and write just peace in the comment section. And yeah, if you like the video, it helps the algorithm to get it out. Maybe someone needs to hear that. And yes, like I said, thank you so much. Thank you for spending time with me and see you in the next video.